Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
Hello there and welcome, Gary.
Good to be here again.
Glad to have you. We have some great questions today. The first one is an email question, so I'm going to go ahead and read it as it pulls up on the screen. My car was destroyed in a wreck and the insurance company won't pay it off. What do they owe, and can I sue if I disagree with the amount they want to pay?
Yes, yes, and yes, I guess, you know. So I guess the question comes up, are we upside down on the vehicle? So I owe more than it's worth because the insurance company owes you what it's worth, the fair market value. And that's what becomes the sticking point, you know. So yes, you can sue them. I mean, you won't sue the insurance company necessarily. You may sue the other driver who caused the wreck for the property damage and bodily injury, but it's two separate cases, kind of. You bring them together if you have to file a lawsuit, but the property damage is about fair market value, not how much you owe. So that's what. So that's a little different.
Could be different, yeah.
And that's where that gap insurance sometimes you hear about comes into play. If you be careful about the kinds of loans you take out, where all the interest is paid up front, because those leave you kind of holding the bag and not paying down on the real principal of the loan. That's a topic for another day, maybe.
Good to know, though.
But if you're not happy with the fair market value assessment by the other side, or even your own insurance, you do have cause of action. In Georgia, there's some legislation that allows you to set the insurance company up if they continue to act in bad faith for penalties and attorney's fees.
Okay.
So it can be done. It's cumbersome and time consuming, but it's done routinely. So if you're not happy with that part of it, there is remedies for you.
Yeah, definitely. Very good. We also have a man on the street question today. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Gary, how does a jury know how much to award in a case?
So that's the ultimate question, isn't it? So you serve as a juror, you're sitting in a box, you're chosen to be one of the 12 or 14 who go in, and now you're asked to decide, put a value on a case. You know, and truly that's what most cases are about. You're not usually arguing about whose fault it was at that point. It's about how much is fair for compensation. So the three real big areas, and we can talk about this another day maybe, but in more detail, but three big areas: medical bills. Whether they've been paid or not, the law says we pay the medical bills because there's now obligations to reimburse. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on in the background. The judge takes care of it. So you award the medical bills that are related. You award lost wages that are related. And then you award pain and suffering, and that's the question. How do you define a monetary value for how someone's life is impacted? There's lots of tools that are used. There's lots of elements we can talk about another day, but it is a great question.
Very good. Thank you so much, Gary, for joining us today. We'll see you on the very next Legal Break.